is I, Hollywood J. Williams, the biggest icon in North Haven. You bet your life. Your life you bet. We're here for another exciting edition of The Squared Circle. I am joined, as always, by Matt DeCourt.
What's up, Jay? How we doing, my man?
We're doing great.
Wonderful.
We're mixing it up a little bit. We're using just the chairs this time.
Absolutely. And part of the reason why is because the streak continues here on Squared Circle, where we are bringing in some of the wonderful people around this tremendous Northeast wrestling scene that we have going on here. So, Jay, you're the host. I'm going to let you do the honors. Who we got today, my friend?
We have Mr. Rick Del Santo.
Hello. Thank you guys for having me. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. It's absolutely great to have you here. You know, I can speak to it to everybody watching at home. You know, Rick is he's become a tremendous talent. You know, I first met him when he would just come by and film and post some stuff, and started doing podcasts. Gave a lot of great exposure to not only myself but to a lot of the great talent around the scene. And now he's gotten himself into some commentary roles as well.
Right.
And some of the most fun that I have nowadays is when I get to sit in the booth and have some fun with you, and it's not just that, just hanging out with you too. Like I am so happy that you are here, and thank you, Jay, for inviting this guy.
Absolutely.
To join us here for some fun today.
Like I told Otis the last time, we all have to get along. We have to stick together.
Yep,
That's right.
We're all there for the same common cause.
We're a huge community, and we all have to stick together and build that community, build the positivity in that community.
Absolutely. I extend the olive branch to any other public access or podcast program dealing with independent professional wrestling. It's all work together. It's all about them.
Yes, sir.
That's it. So, tell us about the beginnings of Rick Del Santo in the professional wrestling business.
It actually happened by accident, and somebody that one day I used to drive to work every day, me and my wife, and we stopped at the Cumberland Farms in North Haven. I ran into somebody that Matt will know very well, Paul Roma, one weekday morning, and I said, "Holy, you're Paul Roma." And we got to talking, and one day he said, "Why don't you come down and check out a show?" I said, "No problem." The following Friday I was there. This is when they were Paradise Alley was still running the Alley Fights programs
right.
weekly, and I just had a blast. I hadn't been to a live event in probably 3 or 4 shows, and I had a blast. I ran into Big Daddy, the Guardian of Chaos, who I had known for...
Shout out to the GOC.
Yes, absolutely. I had known him for many years and hadn't seen him in many years. And then, it just kind of took off from there. And then there was Mario Mancini sitting in the, in that corner. And I had a blast. And I literally think I was at every show after that. And I had, of course, made friends with this gentleman here, Matt DeCourt, over here. And it just kind of took off from there. I was involved in radio, college level radio, community radio for a few years back in the day, and I was looking to get back into it. After that show, I just kind of said, hey, I was looking to get back into it, but then once I went to that show, I said, I think it's just going to be a professional wrestling show. And that's basically where it took off, and after that, it just kind of snowballed from there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you work with Otis? Or Otis works with you?
Otis, well, we work together.
Right.
I don't like to say that, but I started a website just a few months ago as an extension of the podcast that I do, and Otis said become very good friends with, and he basically was always taking photos and video of shows, and then he just became a part of the website and working with the website, writing articles and taking pictures for the Pro Wrestling Wire.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, you're involved with PAPW?
Yes, sir.
And what other companies can we find you at?
Well, Coliseum Pro Wrestling, I'd consider my home base, and New Age Wrestling. And currently, I started working for Bay State Championship Wrestling. I have returned there, I should say. Bay State, out of Holyoke, Massachusetts. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. So, looking to expand?
Of course. There's always room for expanding.
Right.
I'd love to expand. It's just a matter of time. You know what I mean? The professional wrestling business is very busy. Matt DeCourt will tell you that. He's, this past month was my busiest month, where I was actually booked every single weekend. So it's I had a blast. Don't get me wrong. I have no idea how Matt does it. I was worn out. So I work 60 hours weeks.
Right.
On top of that, and then every weekend I was pretty much away doing stuff, working shows and stuff. I had a blast, but it was very tiring as well. But I absolutely loved it, and I'll do it again. So
Red Bull helps, Rick. I
Yeah,
will say
well,
that.
I'm
Red
more of
Bull,
a-
if you're watching, I would be very happy to get a sponsorship. Please feel free to, your people contact my people.
I'm more of a Monster type guy. But
To each their own. To each their own.
Coffee monsters.
well, yeah, those are awesome. Those are great.
Those
yeah.
are my favorites.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
So obviously you and I have had, many encounters, at events, even before you were involved, and now, like I said, we work together sometimes, which
Absolutely.
is like I said, some of the most fun I've had. So, one thing I want to ask you first is one of the things that I love is seeing guys start from the ground level up and seeing how far they can take it. Guys started with the Miracle Generations, Flash and Kylon. Richard Holiday was already starting to go by the time
Right.
I got involved. So, and then guys like Ichiban, now guys like Jermaine Marbury and all that. So, who are some guys that you saw, maybe like one of their, very first matches that, you're very excited that they've come a long way, or who's someone that maybe you hadn't seen in a while that you're happy to get to see more of now that you've been coming around?
Miracle Generation is those two guys, Flash and Kylon. It's kind of amazing because I remember when Flash was still very young, very skinny. He wore those bell bottoms, and Kylon was, I feel like is a very great wrestler. And it's just that now I see those guys and see how far they're on. They're on GCW pay-per-views, like all this stuff, and they're on IWTV each and every week. And it's something that's like, it's really cool to see how far these guys can go, like how they can go, excuse me. And Ichiban's another one. He's on MLW TV each and every week. Same thing with like Holiday is he still on MLW?
He still comes in and out.
Still
every
in and
Yes,
out.
yes.
But it's amazing because they're guys from our area. That it's just awesome to be like, we've had encounters with them, and Ichiban is my son Jamie's favorite wrestler of all time.
Number one.
So every time he's on TV, that's when my son goes crazy and he loves it. And anytime we get to encounter him at a show, it's just a blast, man. He loves it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
those guys right there that you had mentioned, it's great to see them coming from that, working shows in front of 20, 30, 40 people to working in front of thousands. It's just really, you can't help but be proud and happy for them.
Absolutely. There's so much fresh talent out there.
Yeah.
That you see guys getting booked the same places
Yeah.
all the time, and that's some say, well, that might be kind of stagnant. They're always getting booked everywhere. But you know what? That's good for the wrestler though.
Yeah, as long as the money keeps coming in, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And-
that's obvious.
And Marbury, he's one of my favorite
Right.
people in the entire world. I just remember, and I always say this to him, and it's kind of a little embarrassed, I guess, but I remember when he used to just collect the ring jackets at PAPW. You know what I mean? Just sit there as a student. And now he's one of the hottest young stars in New England. He's on IWTV each and every week. He's getting booked everywhere. So I'm very proud of that kid. He's a good kid, too.
I go up to Massachusetts. I see him up there. He's
Yeah.
in West Haven at Coliseum.
Yep.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, he literally
East
everywhere.
Haven,
Yeah.
PAPW.
Yeah, he joined me on commentary a couple of weeks back at Tetsu for one match. Yeah,
gotcha.
it's it was funny. My broadcast partner Nathaniel P. Carr, in between matches, had gotten up to use the facilities, and as a joke, Marbury jumped in the seat, and he was not sure what to do, and I just covered the mic. I said, "Start fucking talking," and he literally did, and sat through the entire match with me. And I think the kid did a pretty good job at commentating.
Nice.
So
Nice. And, it's one thing I want to bring up is, you talk about, in wrestling, some of the best personas out there are ones that they say, are extensions of somebody, just a certain personality turned up, from, 10 to 11 in some senses. So with that said, this is a guy that, I just found out about recently. I get along with him great, at least I think so. And he does a really good job. And so I just want to ask and see if you can give your thoughts, a little background. What can you tell me about Ken Fernando?
He's a great commentator up at New Age Wrestling in Massachusetts. It's just, I can't tell you, man.
Okay, so for those that might be wondering if they caught me and Rick kind of that's an inside joke for between the two of us, which is now I'm trying to make everybody aware of. So either way,
so the story is that Richard Blake, the promoter in New Age, couldn't remember my name when explaining something to somebody, and somehow my name became Ken. Well, Matt and I sat there the whole day. He referred to me as Ken throughout the entire day on commentary.
No, only about half the time.
Yeah, okay. So it basically stuck, and now, I got people like Harry Davila of Blood, Sweat, and Tears Wrestling calling me up and referring to me as Ken, and Richard always, apparently, I'm going to be Ken to Richard now, too. And, it's just been hilarious. Now that's my alter ego when I go up to Springfield, Massachusetts.
It's his working name now.
Right.
So yeah, we're gonna change the banner to from Rick Del Santo to Ken Fernando at the bottom, and that's gonna be the new thing. But no, that and I just I had to throw that in there just because I just wanted to illustrate the fun that we have and the chemistry that we have.
Absolutely.
And if it makes you feel any better, Rick, I have to put up with Richard Blake telling me how much he hates my car because he took one trip in it 50 feet down the road to a Burger King.
Yeah, that was, he complained the entire ride to the Burger King that he couldn't fit in. He's not a short guy at all. So
No.
I had no idea how you fit in it, being as tall as you are as well, but,
Yeah, you make adjustments for a manual transmission vehicle, people. I'm a dinosaur. I love driving manual transmission. I'm a last of a dying breed. I understand that, but you make concessions sometimes, and that's for 40 miles to the gallon, worth it to me.
Now it was a great car. It got us to and from Massachusetts. We went, stopped at several different cities along the way, record shopping to get to the show. So it's a very good vehicle.
Thank you, thank you, Rick. I will make sure we clip this and send this to Richard Blake so that way he is aware of this. But yeah, so. I will pass that over to you, my friend. I've been taking up a lot of time, for joking around here with Rick. Let's get back on track, Jay. Come on.
Let's talk about the Coliseum show that happened this past week.
Yeah, it was a great show. I thought it was probably one of the best shows I think we've ever had. Matt got to join me as in the booth a couple matches. We had a new gentleman called Michael Kane from the Six Man Tag podcast join me, and my other co-host, Kells, the Sensation. So, that was always a blast. We had a great show. We had Ryan Frost made his debut for Coliseum, which I was excited about. That was a nice surprise because I've been wanting to work with Frosty there for a long time, and I've been kind of putting it in the ear. And then when I'm in the parking lot and I see Frosty coming up from the street, walking in, I was like,
put a smile on your face.
Yeah, I was like, "Are you working tonight?" It's like, "I am," because basically you replaced Jay Bricks, and because he was or I guess he wasn't able to make the show. So it was awesome I love calling Ryan's matches. He's one of the most fun people to work with, honestly. So I'm glad that he was able to come in the Coliseum.
Yeah, and he's another guy too where he was just starting when around the time I was just starting too, and to see the progression that he has had, just starting out to becoming one of the, at least, in my opinion anyway, one of the biggest fan favorites in the area.
Oh my goodness, is he?
Yeah, he's got his own force. He's got the Frost Force.
I have that tag team match. Would you like to see it?
Throw it on.
Throw it. He's going to be getting the tag team, I think.
Oh!
Here we are.
And the team that they're facing, too, you see Frosty in the corner there. He's working with, at sometimes my favorite. Oh, who's that good guy standing in the background right there, right by the camera, by the way?
That guy in the booth over there is,
yeah.
He's a pretty cool dude, too, that guy. But anyway, yeah, so Frosty was paid by a quote-unquote lawyer, doing air quotes there, Richard E. Stone Esquire, to fill in for Jay Bricks.
Okay.
And they are facing one of my personal favorite tag teams, the Stepdads. And Rick, had you seen this? Actually, I'll throw it over to both of you. Have either of you seen the Stepdads?
I've never
prior to
seen the
this?
Stepdads before.
I've seen them a couple occasions at Test of Strength shows. They are rather entertaining for a tag team. They really are.
They come out to the Full House music.
Yes, they do.
That was pretty funny.
Yes, they do.
Jay, what did you think about the Stepdads after seeing this match?
I think they're pretty funny. They're good to have on a show.
Absolutely. They actually got me involved in the match. They stole Ryan Frost's nose at one point and threw it at me. And so I didn't know what to do with it, so I threw it back. And the next thing you know, the arena had Ryan Frost's nose sometime. And if you would like to see how that transpired, Rick, where can they catch more Coliseum Pro Wrestling footage?
Each and every Saturday, 7 p.m. WON Sports, WONNewYork.net, 7 p.m. Coliseum Pro Wrestling Prime Time airs. It's our weekly television program.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have all the matches that are filmed there, and sometimes we feature matches from New Age, as that's a sister promotion.
Right.
So
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Have it on every single week.
every single week. Yes, sir.
Speaking of pretty cool, there's one of my two favorite stepdads, Papa Bear Wade Kruger, just planting Richard E. Stone Esquire for all those bad cases that he took.
Right.
And there's of course the legendary Ref Bill, in the
Oh. I love Bill Thompson.
yeah, one of the best out there today.
He is. And him and Gina Monty,
Yeah.
I'd have to say.
Yes, and that. Oh, there's Frosty. Their little miscommunication. And the Papa Bear capitalizes. And then also, too, that's the Rad Dad coming in hot right there on Richie. Rad Dad Radley Belmont.
You're grounded!
And I believe that is it. Oh,
it.
Oh wow.
no.
Almost.
I forgot about that.
Wow. I mean, it's been almost a week.
I mean,
Been a few days.
you said it, Rick, man. It's a busy time for
This was a really good show. I had a lot of fun calling this action this week, and it's, the Stepdads making their Coliseum debut was pretty impressive. Look at that. It's like walking into a brick wall.
Monty Brown, the alpha male, would have been proud of that pounce.
There you go.
God, I almost forgot that guy existed.
He was so much fun to watch, and TNA, and then probably 2004, 2005 is what got me back into wrestling. I hadn't
had
watched
a-
WWE in years at that point.
Yeah, he had a short stint in WWE as well.
Marcus Von Corvan, something like
I
that.
think it was Corvan, yeah.
Right.
Don't ask me how I know this, and I can't remember what the heck happened a week ago, folks.
It's wrestling.
Fine.
We remember that
Wrestling.
over everything.
There you see they got dad jokes and they got dad moves too. There, some crafty maneuvers there from the Rad Dad. Some combination offense from my favorite stepdads. And that's the thing, make sure you never ever adjust the thermostat, because something like that's gonna happen.
Right.
Look at that.
Get the permission first.
Absolutely.
Adjust that thermostat. And let's see what happens here with Brian Frost and Richard E. Stone.
Look at that slap.
Bad move, Richie. I think you just said it in the clip right there, Jay. Bad move, because then you get the...
Grass City Slam!
Grass City Slam.
You deserve it! You deserve it!
Crowd were dead on right there, let me tell you.
I wonder if he's going to come back and seek some action against Hustle and Muscle.
Well, you never know. I mean,
Maybe June 8th is the next one.
Yep, June 8th is the next show. We got, do you mind if I talk about that a little bit?
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
We got, of course, what was revealed is, I gave you guys a clip so you can run that whenever, but Jay Var, the New Age champion, is going to be there as well. The brand new New Age Wrestling Champion, who beat Chris Cage just a couple weeks ago, right?
Absolutely, and I just want to say too, if whenever that footage is available, that was an absolutely tremendous match. Chris Cage, first class. For those that don't know, they had run roughshod on New Age Wrestling for what, about a year and a half, 2 years,
Yeah,
right?
they tore it up. Yeah, they were
And-
controlling New Age Pro Wrestling.
And Jay Vera, you know, you talk about, you know, the connection I have with you, Rick, and in the beginning when I first started working there, Jay was injured, and he was actually my commentary partner up there. So him and I formed a close connection, and seeing him win that championship, it was like, you know, everybody in WrestleMania seeing Cody Rhodes win the big one
Right.
for me. You know, so it was absolutely tremendous, and so I'm very glad to hear he's be there. Back to you, Rick.
Also, the Miracle Generation are going to be, I guess they've both appeared there as singles competitors, but as a tag team, they're debuting for Coliseum Pro Wrestling. But they've both wrestled there as singles, but they've never tagged at
Never tagged the Coliseum.
So, yep, they're coming in there. And we're excited about that. Yep. Of course, there's another match, the main event, of course. It's been approved by Coliseum management. Fly Nine Noriega, Hunter Tarka for the rematch for the World Championship. And it's going to be a loser leaves CPW match.
That's big.
That's big.
That's big.
And Jay, I hear we have some footage of how that all
Well, we got
shook
Jermaine
down.
Marbury first.
Oh, okay.
We can watch that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go to the basketball man here.
I was going to say, we'll put that up, and then we'll save the best for last, right? Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I mean, that's still
Jermaine.
going to be a heck of a match. But
Somebody's talking to me, and
I got it.
I hear voices in my head.
they comfort you, they understand.
Yes.
So Rick, you and I were talking about this in the green room, if you will. How did this happen, Rick? Let the people know.
Luis Leon is the new Coliseum Pro Wrestling Strong Will Champion. This is his first title defense. He defeated Nutrius X back in February. And they were celebrating earlier in the evening. Things did not necessarily go Luis Leon's way.
They had some cupcakes out there.
Yeah,
I
they
saw.
had cupcakes. They hired I guess one of the top independent R&B singers. And according to, who was it? One of the referees, that the check bounced, so they didn't show up.
And let me tell you, that was referee Jay Cruz, who
Jay
also,
Cruz.
too, I got to give a lot of credit. That dude is a very good up-and-coming referee.
Yes.
But he came out, and Marbury just breaking the ankles. Love it. So Jay Cruz came out, and let me tell you what, he might have a second profession, because that song was,
Serenade
Jay, you heard
Luis
it. You heard it,
Leon.
I
right?
heard it.
And then, of course, the cakes. He said he had a $1,000 cake, which I guess they got $7.99 cupcakes instead because they couldn't afford it. So somehow they ended up.
We work on a budget, you know.
Yeah, well, they ended up. He ended up not being happy. He spilled the cupcakes in the ring, and they shoved it in Luis Leon's face, and that's how Jermaine Marbury got this match.
And also, real quick, too, before I forget, first off, shout out to Benny the basketball. Benny is amazing. And then also, too, speaking of up-and-coming referees, Ref Jordan Major in there with the two of them. Solid dude. Great up-and-coming referee. He's got good stuff going on.
Yeah, he's great. This is Jermaine Marbury that we spoke about earlier. Like I said, one of the hottest young stars in New England. He's everywhere now, and he's fun. He's fun to work with. I tell you that much.
The fans love him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's really popular right now. Great wrestler too.
And hey, I gotta say too, I mean, Luis Leon, he's probably not that well liked by the audience members, but no less a talent. That is for dang
No.
sure.
Oh no, he's a very talented individual. He knows what he's doing in that ring. He's got some really great trainers too.
I mean, hey, he willed it into fruition, becoming a champion in Coliseum Pro Wrestling, and beating a guy, a very talented upstart like Jermaine Marbury, who's just hungry and gets better every time. I mean, that's a big win for him.
I thought there was a chance here that Marbury was going to win this belt. It was, it very well could have happened. The way he was holding on to that ankle, I mean, he was just,
They're just putting each other through the ringer.
yeah, he was pulling on it. I thought he was screaming in pain.
They felt it the next morning.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I'm sure they both did. There you see, he's locking in that ankle breaker so hard he's almost taken off the boot.
These guys go back and forth for quite some time here.
Oh yeah, it was an absolutely incredible match.
You can see the frustration on Marbury's face.
And you can also see, if you look close enough, everybody, you can almost see the remnants of the cupcakes that fell over, which further added insult to injury.
Yeah, they had to work with cupcakes on the mat.
Yeah, the frosting was all shoved into the mat. It took a while to get up, probably through several matches and wiping.
Right.
You know what I just realized? In that... Oh, speak of the devil, there's the boot. What I was about to say is just irrelevant right now.
Yeah.
Because we got a little development going on here. And you see, this is what Luis Leon does.
Look at that. Look at that. This is the tactics of Luis Leon.
Ever the opportunist, got to give him credit there. I just do not like the manner in which he took advantage.
Not at all.
I think Bobby Heenan said it's not cheating unless you get caught.
That's true. That's Bobby.
And we're back.
All right.
All right. And then we saved the best for last. We got the main event there.
Yeah,
With Fly Nine Noriega and PJ Savage.
Yeah, fantastic matchup. PJ is one of the best out there. Trained by the unpredictable Johnny Roz. This dude's everywhere right now. New York, New Jersey. He's, for lack of a better term, he's a savage. He's really out there. This is the first time I actually got to work with him. I've known him for a few years. He's been appeared in my program a couple times. He's but I'm very happy that I actually got to call one of his matches. Completely honored, and it was a fantastic matchup.
It was Savage season in West Haven on that night, everybody.
And here we go.
And these guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, but these two guys beat the snot out of each other.
I wasn't expecting anything less.
And every time, don't forget, everywhere Fly Night goes, there's members of Paid in Full. Tonight there was Edric Cash and Q. There's Edric right there, and Q.
The Pit.
Q the Pit, excuse me.
Q the Pit.
Forgot about that. Look at that pile driver, right there.
Q the Pit. He was really coming down hard on Bill Thompson the whole match.
Well, I
he
mean,
thought Bill was being slow, and
you can hear it right there.
I mean, Q was a tremendous ref in his own right before he embarked on this new path in as Q the Pit and lined up with Paid in Full. So I mean, his he might have a little valid opinion there. Love you, Bill, but
there's a reason why Bill is on TV each and every week. So.
Right. Bill knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, you said that, Rick, not me. That's all I'm gonna say
Hey,
about
I love
that.
Q, but I'm not gonna be dumb enough to say anything stupid about it.
Bill was part of this show,
Yeah.
and he always will be. Maybe one of these days we'll get him to come back.
I'm glad I'm on Q's good side.
He's here in spirit. He is here in spirit.
It's always Savage rules. This is an interesting part right here.
Right. I didn't think they'd be able to fit anything underneath that ring.
Yeah, this is not the
so
first
low.
time. This is not the first time they've had tables or doors or
No.
something hidden there. Bill now telling him to back off. He doesn't want any part. He doesn't want Q or anybody getting part
This
of
is
this.
great. Listen to Ref Bill, everybody.
Oh.
Ref Bill laying down the law. Laying down the law. And we talked about Ref Bill being here in spirit, or at least I said that a little while ago. That, what you just saw right there, was Fly Night Noriega's spirit leaving his body.
You saw his head rock. Look at that. Paid in full, always involved.
Now, everywhere Fly Night Noriega goes, these two are sure to follow.
It's either one of them or both of them. One or both.
Exactly, and that's just that they're Fly Night's basically attack dogs, more or less,
Right.
you know, and that's what they do. They protect.
Hey, that's my shoe.
That's your shoe.
Your shoe?
They stole it out from under the desk when I was wearing my shoe and took it off my foot.
And
Ooh.
Look at that. Not surprised right there. Low blow.
Low blow.
Look at that, mocking PJ and right through the door. I'm sure that did not feel good by any stretch.
certainly didn't look good.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he got the 3 count on PJ Savage.
Do you expect Fly Night Noriega to have a long title reign here? In
Yes.
CPW?
Yes. I think that he, like I said, he's an outstanding competitor. I think he's a phenomenal talent. He knows what he's doing. He's got a boatload of charisma. Well, let's not forget, anywhere he goes, there's paid in full, baby.
They're sure to follow. And we have one more clip
Yes.
that was provided by Coliseum Pro Wrestling.
This is an exclusive, folks.
Exclusive.
Whenever we're ready for that. And
He's getting ready for it. Hey, there we go.
Perfect timing.
Right here, dummy. You can find me right here.
And this was in the main event aftermath here.
Look at that. Fly Knight ducking and running. You see the spear on cue the pit. And I gotta tell you, he just throws Edric like a rag doll. And it ends up being Hunter Tarka, former champion that Fly Knight won the belt from.
From the shadows,
And you just see the carnage over there.
praying that you would somehow find a way to get through PJ Savage. Because June 8th, I've been granted a rematch for the heavyweight championship. Though we went to war, you gave me the beatdown of my life, and I was down, right there. You did something during your celebration that made this so much worse for you. Right over there, my mother was standing. You got in her face and threatened her. So now, since I'm the only man standing here, and you were the only man standing then, the only way we can settle this in Nye versus Tarka 3 is a last man standing match. But one more thing. Since I'm going to deal with these two ass clowns again, I won't be coming to Course of Honor alone.
So you want to lay out a challenge for me? I'm gonna lay out one more for you. So you want your match? Hold this up. You want your match? You got it. But there's one more stipulation I'm adding to this. It seems to me, Coliseum, it's too big enough for me and you to be in here. So when I beat you June 8th, you pack your bags, you leave Coliseum forever, you're done here. This is my Coliseum.
Kelsey, Dave, just make a match. Let's do it. June 8th, let's do it. Let's go.
You know, I believe in you. I'm saying what I'm saying in commentary, but you know the stipulations. It's last man standing, and on top of that, you're done. You're gone.
I know. The way I'm looking at it, if I can't beat him, I don't belong here anymore. I need to do this. I need to do it. He got in my mom's face, man. It's a whole nother level now. It's not just about that title anymore. It's about my family now too. This is so much more personal. Do it. I don't care. I don't care. We're doing it.
Alright, it's done. You got your match. Last man standing. Loser leaves.
So that's big. So if you think that Flying Night Noriega is going to have a long title reign, that means Hunter Tarka is soon to be departing Coliseum then.
I'm just saying.
Mm.
I think it's going to be a tremendous matchup. It's going to be a brutal matchup. Those two going a last man standing match. But you never know what's going to happen. I feel that, like I said, he says that he's bringing some people, but paid in full. They always got a lot of shenanigans, so you never know what they could be up. They might have another member just sitting around. You
Right.
never know. Someone sitting in the crowd to pop up.
Well,
It's called paid in full.
Yep.
They pay you and that's it.
That's it. But, well, folks, I do have to say I did get a little inside baseball on who Hunter Tarka may be bringing with him there. And that's for me to know and you all to find out. But I will say this. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be something. If what was said is to be believed, and I believe it, it's going to be something real special. So
Yeah.
make sure you get those QR codes. Make sure you take down all the social media accounts you just saw pop up on your screens, and make sure you come out because it is going to be absolutely tremendous. Not only that match, but everything else around it, as Rick detailed earlier. It's going to be well. I can't even speak right now because I'm just so excited that card is going to go off the way it is, and I'll toss it to you guys now because, like I said, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing.
You're buzzing.
Like I said,
You're buzzing.
we're just off the heels of this show. We don't have anything else other than what I said. Jay Vara is going to be there, Miracle Jen, the last man standing between Fly and I and Hunter. But I promise you guys it's going to be a tremendous show. You can go check out Coliseum on social media, all these social media platforms, and for further updates. It's going to be an amazing time. I promise you. This show was an amazing show, but every show keeps getting better and better.
100% can confirm.
Definitely. We have a busy schedule ourselves.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do,
Where
Jay.
can we find you?
Oh, goodness.
Or you have to actually look at a calendar.
Well,
I got
let
to
me
that
see.
point.
I can pull out my handy dandy notepad here. Let me see. So yes. So this coming Sunday, it is Cinco de Mayo, and to help celebrate that, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling is going to be at Armada Brewing in New Haven, Connecticut for another Bash at the Brewery event. So make sure you check that out. Mark your calendars. It's a great way to celebrate the holiday. And what more to go with some drinks for the festivities and some great professional wrestling action. It's going to be tremendous.
That's a 3 p.m. bell.
Yes, thank you, Jay. I almost
Early
forgot
in,
to mention
early
that.
out.
3 p.m. So Sunday afternoon, we know. So, we don't want anybody, getting too, feeling too good and then, have to go to work the next day. And also, too, if you do partake, make sure you drive responsibly, call an Uber, get a friend, all that good stuff. Then after that, we Kaiju Pro Wrestling, the mother of all events on Mother's Day, a very special, speaking of wrestling on holidays, we want to celebrate, all the moms out there, show some love. And, what's a great way to show some love than to have a great family-friendly event than Kaiju Pro Wrestling. That is Sunday, May 12th from the, I believe it's the Lincoln Room in Bristol, Connecticut. And I believe
I was unable to make their last one. I'm going to May 12th.
Yes.
That is
Yep.
a Sunday.
Yep,
That is
Sunday
Mother's
afternoon.
Day.
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon.
Yes, indeedly do. And then you can find, well, actually, no, I don't think Rick will be there, but it's Ken Fernando.
Ken Fernando,
right.
And myself will be rocking the booth at New Age Wrestling on May 18th, Saturday, Springfield, Massachusetts, Dunbar Center.
Great show. That's going to be a good show. I got the info here, if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead.
This
I got
one
a
I'm
couple more to
really
finish
looking
up.
forward to. It's going to be Jay Vara's very first title defense after becoming the new age champion against Hamlet Hurst. Is that how you say
Hamlet Hurts You.
it? Hurtsu, excuse
And
me.
I am very excited to see Hamlet. I haven't
Yeah.
seen him in a minute.
It's been quite some time. The The new NAW Tag Team Champions, Brooklyn Dynasty, taking on the Wayward. That's going to be a great match.
Absolutely, it is.
The Junior Champion, Jarrett Diaz, taking on a good buddy of ours, Unleashed.
Wow.
Wow.
He might unleash on you. He might unleash on you, Rick.
Unleashed Lucas Chase. You know, if he didn't change his name from The Cure, I probably wouldn't mess it up. So, that is one that I'm really looking forward to.
That's a banger
Diaz
right there.
and Lucas Chase.
Certified.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
So, and then just to wrap up real quick, it is on a Wednesday, actually. So mark your calendars for that. This is a very unique day. But on a Wednesday, Test of Strength will be at... Oh, God, what the heck is the name? It's in Windsor. It's in Windsor. It's a brewery.
It's a brewery in Windsor.
I said it a
did
million
see
times.
this,
It's Dudleytown. That's it. Dudleytown. I think so.
Dudleytown Brewery, yes.
Yeah, or something like that. Dudley something brewery. Just Google that in Windsor. You'll hear it. At TOS Wrestling 1, Twitter and Instagram. Test of Strength on Facebook. I gotta plug that just to make up for that brutal error right there.
Yeah.
And then Outcast Wrestling Federation, May 24th. And then I'll be doing the Focus Pro Wrestling Intergender Bonanza up in Braintree on Saturday the 25th.
Intergender Wrestling Bonanza.
Absolutely. That's going to be a fun one. Check out Focus Pro Wrestling. This is going to be something really different. It's called Star Cream, everybody. So if you are intrigued, I encourage you to check out Focus Pro Wrestling and come out to this. It will be definitely very interesting, but also very fun for sure. And Jay, is there anything I missed that you got written down?
Yeah, I got Cinco de Mayo, New Haven there for PAPW.
Mm-hmm.
I've got them. I got May 10th, which is a Friday night. First in Enfield, Connecticut. Blitzkrieg Pro Wrestling returns home, back to the Pierogi Palace, the old country wedding facility.
Oh, now I want pierogies.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can make that one because I don't think I've seen them in about a year, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Our schedules are only so much. We can only do what we can do.
I hear you.
Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling is May 19th. I think that's a 4 p.m. bell over at the Pulaski Hall in East Hampton. And like we mentioned, June 8th, CPW. What's this? Do you know anything about this Wrestling with Character? That's also on May 18th.
I sure do. That is a very unique promotion started by Kurt Adonis.
Adonis, who filled in for you
yes,
the last time.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, Kurt is awesome. He has a really tremendous vision. If you want a truly family-friendly, family-oriented, fun event that, has professional wrestling, but, it's something, go follow Kurt on social media. He can explain it far better than I can. But it's a lot of fun. It's very, family, very younger audience focused. But that's what makes it unique. And that's what I think would make it a lot of fun. So definitely check out Wrestling with Character. Support that promotion. Support our good friend Kurt Adonis.
Yeah, it seems like a great concept. I've been unable to make the last one. This one, I think it's May 18th, correct? So I'll be at New Age. I'm unable to make this one. Mm-hmm. But hopefully the next one. It seems like something I'd really love to take my kid to. So
I have to go and see it. Kurt, I tried to get him to come on a Monday or a Tuesday, but he's unavailable. But we're gonna work with him, maybe do some kind of webcast, whatever.
Right.
I could put it up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. And fun fact, our mutual friend Bad News Bob actually, I believe, used to manage Kurt there for a while.
He managed Kurt when he was Pretty Curdy way back when, probably at the late 90s, early 2000s on the independent scene here in Connecticut.
Shout out to Bad News if you're watching, buddy.
Oh, absolutely. And that's about all I've got.
Yeah.
You have anything else there, Rick?
I'm good. Well, I just want you all to thank you for having me, guys. Thank you, and I'd love to come back at some point. But do you mind if I do just a cheap plug?
Go right ahead.
Absolutely.
Please go out and check out ProWrestlingWire.com. I'll be relaunching the podcast, which is part of the website, this coming weekend. So please go check it out. Apple, Spotify, all those fun things, and YouTube, of course. I'm going to have former ring announcer David Harold all the way from the UK as my first guest back after relaunching. Great guy over there. He worked for Lots of different organizations out there. So that's it.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts there, Matt?
I mean, not. I just gave you my whole schedule for the month. It's going to be a busy month. It's going to be a really fun month. And, Jay even put some things that I didn't have on there. So, like I said, if you're looking for, or not just me, but all of us have said, if you're looking for a lot of fun, there's a lot of fun to be had this month. I mean, heck, if you wanted to, you could probably go to all these shows for the same as a decent seat for a WWE or an AEW event.
Absolutely.
So,
You probably have more fun.
Exactly. I heard you chanting with Betting the Basketball on the Coliseum show. So.
Oh yes, I'm getting into it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I got to do I don't know, one of those. What do you call them? Paid in full.
Yep.
I had something to say about it because they were there's, I'm gonna have Bill Thompson's back.
Absolutely.
That's that.
So that's the thing. You see the fun we're having here, just talking about it. Come join us. Join
Absolutely.
the fun. Have a good time. We like that. We would love to meet you, shake some hands, do all that good stuff. Join us for
Absolutely.
some fun,
And support independent wrestling. That's important.
That's very important. And
Yes.
Squared Circle CT. That's the name of the YouTube channel. All my wonderful, it's not grainy cell phone footage is on there from all the different promotions.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't listen to people that complain.
And you shouldn't.
No,
And you shouldn't.
not ones that constantly complain. But
Absolutely.
we live past it. It's a great YouTube channel. It's our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get more, I mean, you saw a taste here, and I know I see Jay all over the place. So
Right.
if you want to check out more clips, you want to get to know a little bit more about these wrestlers and promotions.
And Facebook as well. You can join our group, The Squared Circle, on Facebook. That's about it.
Yeah. So Jay, you know the tradition, my friend. You ready?
Good night and good luck. See you at the shows.